There's bacon on it! Survivor geeks. What you doing? Yeah, I was trying to talk about Survivor. I didn't do this last week. I don't remember why. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think it's still a pretty good season. It's not totally predictable. It's kind of predictable, but not completely. It was fairly obvious that Leaf was going to go home. But I don't know. There felt like there was that chance. There was that chance that maybe Troy was going to turn the game around. But it really fell on the shoulders of Tarzan and Alicia and Christina doing the right thing, and I kind of figured they wouldn't. Although, in a way, I can kind of understand because they probably feel safe sticking with the other girls, Alicia and Christina, although they probably shouldn't feel safe, but they do. Because I think that Troy is right. It does seem like Kim is running the show, and she's got Sabrina, Chelsea, and Kat in her back pocket, and that's a force to be reckoned with. And the less people that are in the game, the harder it's going to be to take those 4 people out. And it was an odd number of contestants, and they still had 5 people. They could have taken one of those 4 out. They could have taken Kim out or Chelsea, or it doesn't really matter which one. Although I would cut the head of the serpent off at this point. So I'm getting more and more confident that Kim's going to win this thing. Troy, if he keeps winning immunities, he has a pretty good chance of getting to the final 3, of course. But the way he's acting, I don't think he's going to win the game because, he's making an ass of himself. In a way, I understand because, he's frustrated. He wants to win this game so bad, and he knows that he's got a lot of people against him, and he knows that the only chance at this point that he's got to win is to continue to win immunities. And to find hidden immunity idols and so on. And so I understand where he's coming from. Why he's grandstanding so much when he wins challenge and throwing it right back in their face. I get it that all that pressure is coming off. He's like, oh, one more round, I'm going to make it. Now I've got a 1 in 8 chance. But you got to keep in mind that, you got to win that final jury over. You've got to get that final jury in your pocket, and by acting this way, he's probably not going to do it. He might get 2 or 3 votes at the best, the way he's acting. So, he might get none. Think about Russell. This is why Russell doesn't win, because Russell makes an ass of himself, and nobody wants to vote for him at the end. Other than that, he's a pretty decent player, but he just, it's the same thing. Don't these people ever learn anything from previous survivors and say, you got to be a nice person. You got to keep. That's why Kim or Chelsea are probably going to win this, because assuming they get to the final 3, which I think they will, they're probably going to win this. Or Sabrina has a good chance too. Any of those 3. I don't know about Kat. There's bacon on it. I don't know about her. But, those 3 anyway. Kim, Chelsea, and Sabrina, I think all have a pretty good chance of winning, but I think Kim has the best because she is kind of the leader, and she'll count on that. Look, I carried you through the game. I got you this far. Now you owe me. You know what I mean? I don't understand what Tarzan's doing. He seems to just be kind of going with the flow too much. Maybe whatever he's doing is going to work. Sometimes at the end of the season, somebody wins the game, and I'm like, oh, now I see what they were doing, but I don't understand what Tarzan's up to. He doesn't seem to be in an alliance, but he kind of, drifts along and votes along with whoever he thinks is the strongest. That's what it seems like he's doing. And I don't know if I understand what he's up to. But I do appreciate his advice to Troyzan. why did we end up with the two men at the end are the two that have the stupid nicknames? I don't get that. I do like Troy, but but this Tarzan Troyzan thing is kind of stupid. How did they end up with two contestants on the same season with annoying nicknames? They're very similar annoying nicknames. I don't get it. The auction challenge, there's bacon on it. I had to laugh. I mean, you get a BLT and you look at it, there's bacon on it. It's like, cat, duh. Of course there's bacon on it. I mean, what did you think the B stood for? Bratwurst? Bologna? I don't know. maybe cat doesn't really know how to spell bacon. I thought it was kind of ridiculous that they were everybody was like urging Christina to outvote Troy. I mean, okay, I agree that Christina, for her sake, should have probably taken that thing, because she ended up getting nothing. She kept her $500. She probably should have gotten that advantage but I mean, why are people upset with her that she didn't beat Troy on that? Because nobody else was even trying. Everybody else is squandering their money on cookies or whatever they were. I don't know, just different treats. They didn't have cookies, but like donuts and peanut butter and shower. That was kind of sexy, though. I have to admit, that was kind of sexy. And poor Tarzan, he wanted to save his money to get his truck fixed or something, and then he ended up getting a letter from home. And why didn't we get to see what his letter from home said? The problem is, like, hey, you two stupid schmuck, you screwed up my boob job, and now I hate you forever. It was probably from one of his clients. I don't know why I said that. Damn. I wish the challenges were... It's getting to the point where Survivor's been around so long that the challenges are... It's all just repeating itself. And this, this one they had repeats of challenges that we've already seen this season even. And those are challenges we'd seen before too, previously, or at least very similar challenges. I guess we're getting to the point where there's not really anything new under the sun as far as the challenges go. They all kind of look alike now. They all look like stuff we've seen before. I pretty much expect either Tarzan or Troyzan to go next week. I think that's pretty much a given. Whichever one doesn't have immunity, and if neither one of them have immunity, if one of the women gets it, then Troyzan will be first, because he's definitely a threat. But I have to say, I'm still really pretty much just rooting for the women. I don't really care about... I think that Troy is redeeming himself somewhat for me. I think that he's doing better. I think he's got a decent plan. He's winning some immunities. He's really battling this hard. But on the other hand, that in-your-face stuff, that this is my island, get off my island, that's not going to play well in the final tribal, even if he does make it that far. I'm still pretty much going for Kim to win this thing. If not, then Chelsea or Sabrina. I mean, I think that's the final three, and I think that it's going to be close, but I think Kim will win it. And that's really about all I have to say this week. My work schedule, I know I talk about this from time to time. My work schedule is changing again. I don't know if I'm going to have time for Survivor Fox or not after that work schedule changes. Actually, I probably will. But we'll see. I'll talk to you guys another time. See you later, Survivor Geeks. Bye.